On Saturday, the 18th day of June 2016, the APC in Edo State will be electing their candidate who will fly the flag of the party at the governorship election later on in September. That's what we'll be talking about. But let's first take some of these stories that we're following right here on the political scene in Nigeria.
Political roundup on Channels Television. Here are your top political stories this time.
It's almost 2 months since INEC suspended elections in Rivers State over the issues of violence and irregularities. INEC has a deadline, but it says it will make sure it's clear that the parties involved commit themselves to ensuring peace during the exercise. INEC is holding this stakeholders meeting in Port Harcourt, the capital of the state, to get the words of all the parties involved, but the engagement didn't come without a trade of blames.
No person can point to any PDP man that killed any person during the last election.
I don't think any political party should exonerate themselves from violence in Rivers State.
However, the INEC rec in the state insists peace must be assured before a date can be fixed, and it discussed the debate over the readiness of the electoral umpire for the exercise.
We want to find out among ourselves whether there is need for us to fix a date for this election.
The People's Democratic Party, the PDP, has conducted its ward ad hoc delegate election across the 18 local government areas of Edo State. A former governor of Benue State led the delegation from the national body of the party to monitor the conduct of the election in some wards in Benin City, the state capital. He said the process is part of the PDP's readiness to take over power from the All Progressives Congress in the state.
We want to be sure that what comes out of here is the actual thing that reflects the mandate, the fears and aspirations of the people of Edo State.
Meanwhile, in the Edo State APC camp, women are speaking up on the controversy over the sale of permanent voter cards. As the party prepares for its primaries, the women are advocating for a peaceful conduct of the exercise. The women leaders in the party say it's important to educate their fellow women to avoid any loss of life.
Governorship of Edo State is not for kids. We are looking for experienced people.
And you're up to date. Those are your top political stories you need to know.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Now to our major discussion of the day. The Edo APC will on Saturday hold the party primaries, which will help them decide on who will fly the party's flag at the September governorship election. But as the day draws near, candidates in the race are not certain the process will be free and fair. Today on the program, we will be talking to some of them. Some of the faces you're seeing on screen right now. There was a meeting held at the instance of the governor, Adams Oshiomhole, with some of the candidates in attendance, and some of them made it clear that they are not sure the exercise will be free and fair. Some of them are saying some of the leaders of the party are buying permanent voter cards of members just to subvert the process. Now let's hear from one of the candidates who joined us from our Benin studio. He's a candidate running in the race and a former president of the Trade Union Congress, Mr. Peter Esele, joins us now. Thank you so much, Mr. Esele. It's interesting to have you join us, a former Labour leader and now a politician, full-blown. Tell us, as it stands now, are you sure the Saturday exercise will be free and fair?
Well, I am an optimist, and I've heard my views, and I also allowed the governor to know today when he called for this meeting. And my own take about this is that some of the fundamentals of a free and fair process is being undermined. Basically, having people purchase a PVC card, that is one major challenge. In my conversation with the governor today, I made it clear that the PVC is being bought at 10,000 naira and gradually is going up to 25,000 naira. And it's possible that it's being dictated by market forces. Probably before Saturday, it may go up to 50,000 naira.
I mean, PVC is going to be used because this is not a general election. This is a in-party election. PVCs are going to be used for the exercise, isn't it?
Yes, I think one of the things is that to be one of the ways of accreditation, because if you say you are a member of APC, I think it's imperative that we also need to know if you actually have a voter's card. I think one of the ways of identifying who will come in there, the party is going to use the PVC as a means of accreditation on Saturday.
Mr. Esele, you look so much like you're a new entrant in terms of politics, of course, in Nigeria. What all of us know you for is activism and somewhat labor unionism. And now that you are in this race, you're going to be up against about 9 to 10 other candidates who are political gladiators of some sort. Are you sure you're going to emerge winner in this race?
I think I always laugh when people say that. Politics is a principle, and once you get the principles right, it's still the same thing. As a labor leader, to emerge as president of Pengasin and also president of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, there is a bit of politics in all of this. And at that level, all you need is you have to determine what you want. And most times, when Oshomole himself also when Oshomole came on stream, and the same thing was said, that he's a neophyte. But on Saturday, we will know who actually is the neophyte.
Oh, interesting. But as it stands now, again, the chances of your party is one thing on the other, on the other hand. The chances of the candidates in the primary is one thing on the other hand. But when you met with the governor today, alongside some candidates, what are some of the decisions made and the solutions preferred to make sure that the exercise on Saturday is free and fair? And what is the talk that we are hearing that the governor is planning to impose a candidate?
Well, I've always said it in my campaign. The governor has a right, he has a right to have a preferred candidate. You can't take that away from the governor. But what I'm saying is that within the right of the governor is that whoever will be the nominee of the party is chosen by the delegates of the party. I'll give an example. You have Donald Trump was endorsed by the Ted Cruz was endorsed by the governor of Wisconsin, and then Donald Trump won. So the governor, there's nothing wrong about the governor having a preferred candidate. I also told the governor, I have gone around 18 local governments in the state and several wards. I'm convincing delegates why I should be the nominee of the party, and talking to delegates, that also includes the governor. There's nothing wrong about that. But the process of producing our nominee must be free and fair.
All right, Thomas. Unfortunately, we do not have much time to talk about it, but we just wanted to get your thoughts as well as some of the other candidates in the race. We wish you well, Mr. Peter Esele. We will get back to you at some point. Let's take a moment. And when we return, we'll be talking to yet another candidate. You'll be hearing from a few of them on the program tonight. Stay with us.